Yes, sir, Ski. It's your boy D coming back at you with another video today, right? And first off, of course, as always, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Please don't take it at that. Take it for educational and entertainment purposes only, right? So today, guys, I don't have to tell you that the market is in a free fall, right? I mean, there's fear pumping everywhere. You hear the words bear market everywhere, right? So I don't have to come in and tell you today that the market is red, right? And I really can't even find anything green right now, right? And it's because it's pricing in the fear from yesterday, right? When Jerome Powell talked and he said that inflation is still there, that they continue to see it rising, and they don't know how to quite control it yet, right? So if there's uncertainty, guys, it's gonna bring fear right into the market, and that's what you see. But when I see and I hear bear market, right, you know what I hear? I hear puts, right? So I'm switching and pivoting my mindset, right, for the next couple weeks. Let's play some put options, right? Make some money on the way down. That's just it's not financial advice, right? But that's probably what I'm gonna do here, because I'm gonna look at fundamental plays, right? And there's still a lot of room, right? There has been some drops recently, but if this is the way it's gonna go, and everybody's saying it's gonna be harder for people to borrow money and hedge funds and all that. And today I'm just gonna really just kind of talk to the apes, especially. Like, I know a lot of my subscribers, shout out to y'all, especially the new ones too. We're like at 142, growing every day, right? And I'm here daily, right? It's daily due diligence, right? That's why I'm here. It's your boy D. But yeah, guys, so hang in there. This is the tough part, guys. Remember, like, if you're new to investing, right, this is how you build your tolerance, right? Your mindset, right? Like, it's a psychological game too. Remember that too, right? So what I'm gonna tell the apes, guys, is you have to remember, like, when you're in doubt, zoom out. And I'm not just talking about the chart, right? I'm talking about like what's going on in the overall markets, right? So yesterday, guys, the hedge funds, they got a bomb dropped on them, right? I'm pretty sure they weren't expecting it to happen so soon, right? About the rule changes. And one of the main changes, guys, that I saw was, right, that they have, normally the way they report short sales is like monthly or yearly or quarterly, right? That's a lot of wiggle room from when you have the 30 days, if you're going short on something, that's a lot of wiggle room. And that's why we say there's, nefarious things going on. There's illegal things going on, naked shorts and all that, in my opinion, right? But that's what we're talking about, right? So the one of the biggest rule changes was that instead of them having to report that monthly, they're gonna have to report that daily within 24 hours, guys. So with that transparency that we've been asking for, that's the first win, all right? And then what I mean by zoom out, guys, these hedge funds, they're probably sweating right now. If their books are cooked, if they have done some things that are like, now they have basically 30 days to kind of fix it. I mean, that's not a lot of time, right? Because that's how long I keep hearing that's how long the rules would take to go into effect. But remember, the SEC could push it sooner, right? We don't know the official date yet. And then I will point something out right now when we go to the website and the charts and all that. But, right now, I'm not really looking at the daily price because obviously we're in a downtrend. We've been in a downtrend, right? And I still hold my shares, guys. Like, trust me, like, it's a lot of money that's gone, right, from my portfolios, right, especially from AMC. But this is when the money is made, when you're going long, like, especially like with LUCID, guys. Like, this is when the money's made, right? You're accumulating shares for the cheap, because the basic way the market works, if you want to make money, is you're buying shares, right, that are cheap, and then you're expecting them to go up over time. So I keep telling everybody, right, with LUCID, like, I'm going long, guys. Like, my goal here is to pick up shares, and the cheaper the better, right? Because even if it doesn't get to $1,000 a share like Tesla, guys, like, there's still a lot of room there. I'll be happy if it gets to $200, $300, right, down the road, guys, like, because they have a lot of technology in there, right? So yeah, we'll touch on all that right now too. But as far as AMC, guys, my conviction's the same. I'm zooming out. I'm looking at the hedge funds like, oh crap, like, which one's gonna be the first one to collapse, right? Which one's gonna be the first one to be liquidated, right? It's interesting, like I pointed out, that like the SEC website and all that, they're pointing out these tweets, right? They're very active right now. They keep tweeting every day. And like, I looked into the liquidation thing, right? It's more for like, if you're an investor in a hedge fund, if your money's in there, like, what happens as they get liquidated. But it basically, it has to do with them. Like, they have to go and vote and see what happens to the assets and all that. But You know, I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen one yet because of how dramatic, right? This market has been, right? The downfall, if there was hedge funds that were on margin, goddamn, like they're probably pretty close to getting liquidated, right? So that's all I'm waiting on personally, guys. I'm waiting for that first hit, because that alone, right, with the AMC price, guys, when they have to close out positions, and buy back the shares, it's gonna just push us right to the 20s, 30s easily, right? And then we'll have to see where we're at that point, right? But I'm not looking at the daily right now. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like it's kind of like done with, right? Like we what we've been asking for, the transparency and the rules and all that. You know, Gary Gensler, I think he's been working in the background, right? Keeping low and getting some evidence ready, because it's just too many things. Like the fact that Robinhood pointed out that like they have enough money now to cover this, that they're not going to take away the buy button. All right. That's an interesting statement that they're putting on. And again, tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of when they took away the buy button, right? So tomorrow, guys, like if you're, you know, not financial advice, but if this is a cheap price for AMC, right? And their goal is going to be to get it down to $10, all right? I guarantee you, the short sellers, and to put more fear and to put more fear articles out there and so on, all right, guys? So let's switch it up. Let's go over to, you know, the Google and talk about some other things, right? I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna spend too much time on the charts or anything like that. Let's just first look at this, right? So what I want to point out again, this is from yesterday's article, is that why I said what I said, that the SEC admits and they acknowledge that there is issues, right? So this is from Gary's, you know, mouth. And like I said, the major change of one of the rules is that they're gonna have to report their stuff daily, right? So he said, we had issues and challenges in private funds earlier, and the transparency the US government had into it was scant at best. So when they did their whole investigation and all that, right? Scant, what does scant mean? Barely sufficient or adequate. Yeah, I'm a smooth brain ape. I went to see what that means, right? But just to you know, make a point here is that, okay, when he did his investigation, he's like, I don't have too many tools. Like there's too many loopholes, right? So now what he's switching it up, right, is like, here it is. Now they have to report on that form for these hedge funds within 1 business day, okay, compared to the current quarterly or annual, depending on the firm, right? And then, and this is to disclose purchases and sales of securities, which sales of securities, like when you're selling something short, all right? And then to the last thing right here, I want to point out this article again, is that the reporting threshold for the private equity funds from 2 billion to 1.5 billion. So it's lower, so they can capture more firms that have to report. All right. So we're looking for a cleaner market. And tomorrow, I know the eighth father, I know he's going to go protest, right? As long as everybody's safe and like does things the right way, more power to you. Like I said, we keep making noise, right? We're good, right? But keep it safe, and we don't want to send the wrong message either, right? So what I want to point out here with the transparency, right? This is again touching on what they're gonna change in the proposals, but you can read through it. I already, you know, went over it, but I'll just read this last part. This rule will bring much needed transparency into the securities lending market, giving the information that is both comprehensive and timely. Thank you. Division of the Trading and Markets Acting Director David said the proposal focuses on the need for transparency in the securities and lending to further satisfy the Commission's congressional mandate, promulgate rules that are designed to provide such transparency to this market, right? So they're admitting, they're noticing that things are kind of broken, right? So the public comment period will remain open for 30 days following publication of the proposal in the Federal Register. So it's up to us, guys, right? Let's give our feedback. Let's put in our 2 cents. We're millions and millions of apes, right? So we have 30 days, guys, to comment, right? So let's do this, right? Let's comment, because this is our chance, right? This is our opportunity to do this, okay? All right, let's start off over here with the AMC chart, guys. I mean, this is the 2-hour chart, guys. I mean, since here, guys, we've been attacked, right? And it's also having to do with the natural selling pressure of the market. So the shorts, maybe they did half of this and the market did the other half, right? That's why you see the dramatic push down. And, you know, just to show you that, like, we've been making lower lows, right? Broke this, broke this. It's holding, sort of, still open right now. There's about 20 minutes left. The price is at 1440, right? But until the shorts cover, guys, whatever, right? They're gonna keep trying to bring the price down. And then let's see if I could pull up. Yeah. So again, on the 15-minute, you know, oversold. Everything's oversold. The whales, guys, they're waiting for the market to find a bottom, right? And then when it finally does, they're gonna jump in and they're gonna make some money on the way up, right? All right, so you see the volume. That's what doesn't make sense to me, right? When you had these pushes, you have so much volume here. But then to me, that's why, in my opinion, this is fake price, because it's just naked shorting, or like, you know, using the same shares over and over to short to make the price go down, right? And that's gonna change, right? And it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be big, guys. Like, we'll see some differences, right? And then the other, you know, the bearish sign too is the OBV. It's going down. That means money is going out. Okay, so but me, guys, I'm still holding, all right? And I'm here for the apes that are, right? And I'm an OG ape, guys. Like, I really have been here since the first run up in January, right? I've been through this whole thing. And I still believe that we will see a major squeeze, right? Okay, so let's move on just to the options chain. And currently, right, the price is 1459, 1460. So just not a lot to see here. Unfortunately, the market makers are making all this money, right? As of now, we still have tomorrow, like, and the apes could come back in a big way. I mean, it's the 1 year anniversary, guys. If you know, that means a lot. I remember how pissed off I was when they took away those buy buttons. I was also like confused, like, how is this legal, right? It's supposed to be a fair market. And anyways, this is why you saw the price drop so dramatically from 18, right? There was a lot of pressure here that pushed it down, right? And then max pain, let's see if it changed. It's at $18 now, right, for tomorrow. That's how the market makers, you know, make the most money. But on the other hand, the dark pools, guys, the volume shorted. Yesterday, they shorted us 63%. Okay, and then here, this is just a quick tweet I want to show you. AMC is Melvin Capital close to liquidation, forcing to close its AMC short position? Things are cooking, right? And I agree. I think something's brewing, guys, because the other day when the media was talking about how AMC is going to refinance their debt, their tone was completely different, right? They weren't attacking it. They looked kind of scared, to be honest. And this is the institutional ownership, right? So if these guys are all still holding, guys, like, and you have everybody in this play, right? I'm talking about Charles Schwab, right? Like, watch, they just went short on us, right? So they went short negative. They borrowed they borrowed and sold 13,000 shares just yesterday. Yeah, just yesterday, guys. So there's still hedge funds that are attacking us, right? There's Boston Partners, whatever. You got Schwab in here, right? You have all this big money, right? Schwab too. And it's funny because some of them, like Fidelity right here, they have 100. I think they just bought shares a couple days ago, right? Yeah, it was this one. I saw it on the buy side over there. But yeah, I just want to show you that, I mean, there is a lot of big money that's still in here, guys, right? So I'm not really worried about it. Not a lot of volume here. These are the calls and the puts, right? I mean, obviously the puts, don't need to point that out really. I mean, it is what it is for this week. Anyways, there wasn't a lot for the whole volume anyways. For the week, there wasn't a lot. So now let's just touch on Lucid, guys, real quick. Because obviously it's breaking the support, guys. Like I said, if I can buy the shares cheaper, hey, that's what I'm looking at, right? So it broke the main support that I pointed out. I am going to delete this. Is it? I need to delete one of the Fibonacci's. Here we go. I'm gonna delete this one. And this is the one that I had originally, right? Remember? I'm gonna delete this from the first run up, right? And I left it there because I kept hearing all this bear talk and the way the market was moving, right? So now we can look at let's go 2 hour. That's why it's coming down to these support levels. So now we can kind of tell what it's going to do. You see that it's bouncing off this Fibonacci, guys, right now, right? So volume is probably pretty low as well. It's at 61 million. It's kind of high, but most of it from the price, right, is selling. As you can see this drop right here. it broke through this, right? So just, you know, if you're going long, guys, this is what you call a sale, right? Fire sale. Because eventually, guys, the market will, you know, come back. And so what I'm looking for, right, is at least for it to hold 30, guys. I would love to see it come back. I don't know, you know, there's too much going on right now. I don't really know if that's possible right now, but if it breaks down, guys, you know, a little bit more, it might go down to the $24, $25 level, because that's where the push started, right? Like way back here. I'm talking about the big run up when it broke from the 20s to the 30s. So that's why, you know, the history, the past charting doesn't always work, but it kind of gives you an idea, right, of where you can kind of land and see what's happening, right? So yeah, just want to point that out, guys. If with the options chain, again, the reason it broke right through 30 and 29, right? Like these are the calls. All the big volume was going higher, right? So up to the 45, and as it was pushing them down, it lost support and whatnot, right? So that's why from here, watch, I'll show you the big volume was here at 30 and 32, and it snapped and got all those puts in the money as of now, 7,000 at 35, right? So that's why it's good to look at the options chain, guys. Gives you just you know, an idea of like where the sentiment is and where the stock can land by Friday. It's not always guaranteed, right? I mean, I think it happened in the markets. What I want to know though is where are these FTDs? You know, this was a big chunk there, and so they're all in the red, but I don't see the volume. I don't see them being delivered because the price is going down, right, on LUCID. But, you know, and that was the bears, right? They kept putting that out there. Oh, it's going to go down to the 20s, it's going to go down to the 20s. All right, well, sure, for now. I mean, but it's already been through these. We have already seen it go up to 60, guys, twice, right? So when this economy, when things start to settle down, guys, inflation comes down and we start to see investors come back, right? We already know that it's gonna, I can tell you, right, like in a few months, 6 months to a year, I can see this at between $40 and $60 again, right? Especially because they already secured their funding for the year, right? So just keep that in mind, that they're solid, right? Just long term, guys. You gotta think long term. They're a baby company, they're still growing, and then they're also gonna release an SUV and a truck later. And I'm excited to see what that looks like. All right, cool, guys. That's all I really got for you today. Just wanted to, you know, give you some conviction and just my thoughts and why you should hang in there, guys. I mean, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Everything that the apes have called out, guys, with AMC has happened. All right, as far as the market dropping, the market going red, right, and collapsing, and what we pointed out, and the corruption, and, you know, the meetings and the rule changes, guys, like it's a slow process, but I believe in it, and I think we're gonna make some good money on this. All right, just this is the tough part. There's good times in the market, there's bad times, there's bloody times. These are the bloody times, all right? But that's what happens, guys, right? Over time, if you look at the SPY, guys, the year, you know, 5-year chart, and especially what happened in March 2020, right? When the SPY crashed, people that got in at the bottom, rode that baby up, it's over, right? All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Later.